Right, Ron?
Hi, everybody. We already have people in the chat. It's great to see you. Thanks for being here. Yeah.
Sorry. Trying
So-
to get where I can read some of
No
the.
problem. No problem. Thanks, everybody, for going to all the channels and liking and subscribing and all that stuff. We appreciate it. We do. So let's welcome Terry from Holding Your Space.
Hi.
Who she came clean and she showed us her picture of Erica King. I love
Yep.
Personally.
Yes, isn't that cool? And Kelly Healer is here. Thank you, Kelly. And Diana Oil Painter is here with Grizzly. I think it was Grizzly on the left.
And
Anyway.
Gloria. They're both.
And Gloria. Can't forget Gloria.
Gloria hasn't even left the dark room where the TV is.
In the dark room.
She's barking just because he is.
I thought maybe she was getting some film. She's in the dark room. She's getting some film things.
Developing. Yeah, she's developing. All right.
What's developing in there, dude? Yeah. So let's say hi to a few of our folks that have been here for a while. Let's see Paul and Lorraine and Jen B and Brina and Paul White Dragon. And let's see, Christine Fryer. Hi, Christine. And let's see, where else? Christine. Well, there's a lot of conversation here. Hang on. Annie Bear is here. Moon Mist, yes, you're a 3-timer. My goodness, she's been all my
right back
today. Yeah. We also have Moon Mist, and I feel like I'm crazy. Maureen is here, and so is Warrior Widow, and Diane G, and Samantha, and Rebecca Mueller, and Roland. Nice to see you. Grammy ×3.
Hi.
Terry, love your necklace, Annie says.
Thank you.
And you drive safe. She's listening while driving. Hi, Jackie B. And Roxy, and Rossi. Wow, you guys. Suzanne. Amy Elizabeth. You might be just here saying hello to everybody tonight. This is fabulous. Sherlock's here, Linda Bishop, Fox with a Book, Vicki Howell. Yes, I did, Lorraine. Thank you. Kids in, it's good to see you. Butterfly Readings with Linda, Terry Mullins. And yeah, all right. I did my romper room stint. How are you all doing?
Good. Good.
Paul wants to know how the bees are. How are the bees, Diana?
They're good. I gave them a week off from my butt into their business there. Yeah, I do go out and sing to them, but I haven't wanted to disturb them because they still had 4 frames that needed work. Okay. And so I wanted to let that happen. And the other frames needed a little finishing up as well. So we'll see the next time I get in there if it's ready to add more frames into that other box.
Sure. That's awesome. You know, they're busy bees, but giving them the week off to get settled, that was
right. Yeah. I mean, enough handling, right? They're not newbies anymore.
Your name never got called on Romper Room, Terry Mullins? Mine didn't either. No, I was Alice Lee. No one named their kid Alice Lee. So, yeah.
Well, somebody did.
Somebody did. That's right. That's right. Welcome to everybody else who's just come in. Thanks for being here with us today. So, Terry, anything you want to share? Well, do you want to do the first dream that you put out?
Oh, yeah. I'd be happy to.
All right.
Let me, please. Go to the top. Okay.
Uh-oh, I think we
Debbie.
lost the first dream. Did we? Or was
No, we
Debbie's?
have it.
Okay.
Debbie,
All right.
350, shifting veils. I was resting with a slight migraine with eyes closed, listening to shamanic drumming, when I saw a beautiful woman with a sun spiky disc on her head that shone like the sun. Saw lots of hieroglyphs that glowed on dark walls. I thought the sun goddess.
Wow. Is that a coding? Is that a type of coding?
Well, the hieroglyphs would be, don't you think?
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah.
It's funny because I write answers for Quora, Quora. People ask questions, and there's a spirituality one, and someone just said the same thing, that they saw hieroglyphs and different signs on their wall. So apparently, yeah.
Sounds
Sorry.
familiar.
Oh, my dog is coughing. I'm sorry.
I'm a baby.
So
Yeah, this is cool.
could it be this woman?
Ooh.
Now, she's called the Rainmaker,
Okay.
but then we also have the other woman with the sun behind her, taming the wind. And both of those to me indicate that portal that would be, in a pyramid. And who has more pyramids than other nations, but right here in the USA? So there's a connection between all of that for sure.
Kelly, do you want to go?
I pulled a card and I got messenger, and I really feel like does it really have to be a name to it? I do feel like it was a messenger, and it says Cyrus energy bringing harmony and balance. But I really feel like it could be one of your guides, your angels, your helpers, just coming in, bringing you knowledge, downloads, and insight, and then messages, that it being your messenger.
Yeah. What about you, Aley?
I got two cards. The first one was very interesting. It is the void, in the void. And it says, you're part of the great cosmic womb. Well, you said you saw the sun goddess. It's like, and you can kind of see something here, but it's so dark you can't see the whole thing. So the second card I got was compassion. So yeah, practice compassion. Apparently that sun goddess really loved that shamanic drumming, and I would have too, I'm sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
May I add that we have the coronal hole in the sun facing us right now?
Right.
And earlier today, it shot off a big filament headed our way. Yesterday in the evening hours, it shot one off on the other side of the other limb. So we've got two of them coming this way. So I don't know when you exactly had that, but the fact that big solar hole is facing us again.
Yeah.
And now it looks like a dragon.
Yeah.
Wow.
And she sent it a couple of days. I've been channeling some inner earth beings, and that has a lot to do with that in between, that card that you pulled, Aley. This part of the beginning. And they look like that too. And so far what they're calling themselves is the Seagull group. Which
Seagull
is
group? Okay.
Seagull, Sigel.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Which is like of the light. And I think that might be that a lot of us are getting that, and I bet it has a lot to do with the sun and what's happening. So I got flexibility. She dropped all my cards, and meditation. So I feel like you've been seeing her since you were a little girl, because this little angel, like you've probably been connected, Debbie. So yeah. So
look at this big solar arc I have here.
I know.
right?
You always have that right there at that time
Yeah.
of the day. It's awesome.
Well, and sometimes it's going the other way. I mean,
Mhm.
I just love it. Thank you, thank
Yeah.
you, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Beautiful.
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 Mhm.
All right. Thanks, Deb. Paul Freed. Okay. See who was at the front door and were we
Yeah,
right?
I think it's
Oh,
backwards. Yeah.
oh, thanks. Yeah, these are all backwards tonight.
Yeah.
Hello, all. Yes, the cabin was haunted. He went away. He and Lillian
Yes.
went away. Okay.
Mhm.
The cabin was haunted. We heard knocking at the front door at 1:30 a.m. Then at 3:30, kicking at the back door. Lillian said that it is that we were out there to see you guys. Please. Who was at the door, the front door, and were we right? Were we right by taking off? Thank you. The priest is blessing the house on Friday.
Oh,
I will be.
wow. Wow. Oh my.
So you didn't stay, Paul.
Well, Paul and I have a habit of connecting in the dream world.
Paul Freed
Now,
in you?
Mhm.
Or Paul
yeah,
White Dragon?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Both.
now this happened like the night that he had the dream about that golden garden, and then had the experience, the NDE with the hot dog. I had the dream while he was having that dream. But
Oh, wow.
in this particular instance, this really happened to him. But for me, I'm outside the door.
Mhm.
And the door, I was drawing this when he was talking about it this morning in meditation. The door had all of these like marquee lights all the way around it. And who should be standing inside but Paul McCartney and John Lennon in Sgt. Pepper outfits.
That's great.
And what is the song playing? Wings. Someone's knocking at the door. Somebody's ringing a bell.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now he also talks about somebody kicking at the back door or banging really hard.
Mhm.
Well, I have this tree, and the song that was playing while I saw this guy was The Man in the Box. I'm the man in the box by Alice in Chains. So the tree is dancing around, and weren't you talking this morning about
Tree people.
albatross, the tree people, but also that Bigfoot puts
Oh,
himself
yeah,
inside
Sasquatch.
of there, right? Sasquatch lives inside of those trees, or poses in the trees and hides because of the trees.
They go inside the tree people.
Yeah, exactly. So I fell back. I actually saw the tree part first, fell back to sleep, and then had the next one and woke up, and that was about 5:30. So Terry, I'm surprised I didn't see you there since you were waking up at that same time.
I was
And
up.
then I fell back to sleep and slept like a rock
Oh, amazing.
Awesome.
till 8. I almost missed it.
Hmm.
So, Paul, we have a history.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool.
I got that. I was picking up on a man that was really upset that you were in his house, and what I'm getting is he thought his wife was still in the house, and he was upset, and he wanted to get in, and he was angry, and obviously doesn't know that he's passed on and his wife has passed on. But that's what I get. I get that he thought his wife was in the house and that you guys were intruding, and he was angry is what I'm getting.
Wow.
And I go along with that. I get the ego card. You know, I could see somebody all puffed up. What's she doing in there? Who's in there with her? Kind of.
Yeah, and I get that's interesting. I pulled the mirror card, and what's inside that mirror? It's a little cabin.
Yeah.
And
Oh, yeah.
I'm also wondering if did that area part of the country have anything to do with any wars, Paul? Like if he was coming back to find his wife from a war, perhaps. But just because of the Sergeant Pepper thing, it just that kind of we're
Yeah.
talking about
No.
Sergeant Pepper.
Right? The War of 1812 or the Civil War. I don't know where you had gone, Paul.
I don't either.
I think it was in Pennsylvania, though. I think that's what he said. And that's where he is.
Oh, well, God, pick one.
Yeah.
The War of 1812, the Revolutionary War, the Civil War. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's really interesting, Paul. Thank you. And I know Paul's not always here. He comes in early because he gets up quite early.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I hope he catches the replay.
Yeah. Okay. Lorraine is next. Hi, Alice. Ordered a lot of household essentials, putting me in debt. I said out loud, I have to have it, Lord. I'm so far in debt. I heard that won't matter. Who was that? What's the meaning?
Well,
that's kind of how I live, Lorraine. With what's going on in the world right now, my feeling is that everything's just so messed up. It's not going to be any. All of us, you know, we may all have to go bankrupt. We may all have to just have our debts because of what he's doing with the tariffs and everything. So I think that's some fear in there, and I think it was just your higher self saying it won't matter. Sometimes you just have to do things because they need to be done and not worry about what, you know. That's just my feeling anyway.
I need another card here.
Lorraine, I pulled commit. And so I think with this card, what they're telling you is that they're happy. You committed to taking care of yourself. You committed to placing the order, no matter if it was going to put you in debt or whatnot. I do feel like the voice that you heard was one of your guides, just reassuring you and comforting you, knowing that, you know what, you are going to be okay. You're going to be taken care of, and almost kind of like patting you on the back, like, you know what, thank you for taking care of yourself.
Yeah. I pulled regret. So sometimes, I don't know if you can see that or not. Sometimes we kind of live with fear, and then when we do something about it, we live with the regret of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So kind of that in between. So I feel like everything that's happening is happening for a reason, but I do think you're going to be protected, and there's that beautiful moon surrounded by the planets. I do feel like you're going to be protected on that, Lorraine. And Lorraine says, yes, Kelly, I've had a knowing that I'd better get it now because it will not be available soon.
It's right.
You're following your instincts.
And look what Jen says. She has both Medicare and Medicaid, and some of her meds already aren't covered. And the doctor said it's happening all the way around. So yes, we don't want to hoard things, but at the same time, we have to protect ourselves and be prepared if we're going to have a huge, difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were hesitant while finalizing the purchases. Yeah.
Okay, so you've got a record of what you have purchased, how much it was, and how much it's setting you back. And in that, the confusion has come out because you needed it. You went ahead and got it anyway because it either will not be available or be so exorbitantly priced, you won't be able to have it at all. If you need it, you got it. So that same Lord that you were praying to, oh Lord, I got to have it, just request. just request him to help you find that forgiveness inside of yourself, not feel guilty about it. That restriction is coming now since you've already gotten what you need. So you just tie back a little bit at this point. And then hopefully all prayers will be answered to all of us, right?
Yeah. Yeah. She says, yes, wondered if it was a message to have it all of it means the money will collapse. I think we're going to go to a different thing from the dollar. And I think that's around the corner, but I don't see it happening that quickly, Lorraine. But I definitely see us moving on from the dollar and going to something that's almost international. What do you think? What do you guys think?
I kind of agree.
Like a blockchain, not necessarily a crypto, but a blockchain.
Something. Because,
Yeah.
so let me say this. I belong to a credit union, and they came up with this thing. It doesn't matter what your balance is, as long as you use your plastic ATM card 24 times a month, you're going to get 6% interest on what's in here. And you're going to get interest, and I can't remember how much, on your checking account for leaving the money in the bloody bank that way and using plastic. Now think back to 1960, 70, when plastic became more than fashionable, but a daily usage. They started saying that then. Before you know it, we won't be using any folding money or any coins. Everything will be plastic.
Yeah.
So when you take that into consideration and then I started to think about that because, of course, sign me up, Scotty. And so I'm like, oh, they're trying to make this whole thing shift over to plastic.
Yeah.
So it does it as long as you've got a record of it, a balance sheet of it, they can't take it away from you.
Yeah.
Well, they're saying now that they're going to be tracking us if we have more than $10,000 in the bank and blah, blah, blah. And they're going to be, having the IRS look to see so that it isn't illegal or drug money or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'd have cash if I could. That's what I did. But I know a lot of people don't have that ability. So I do.
Yeah. Yeah. All these some businesses will go out and there's going to be changes, but some of them we don't need. I mean, some of them have misused things, and some of the credit card companies have misused people.
Yes, they have. Yeah.
And particularly the where you go and sign off your title or whatnot, or you get cash, right?
Yeah.
Before you get your check.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
You might get somebody that wants to buy something. You always had to do that when I worked at the bank. If you had $10,000 and you deposited it, they sent it to the IRS. They always did. But if you had $9,999.99, then they didn't. It was like that was the cutoff. But now it seems to be that they're just looking at everything, and it's very scary. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Did you guys hear what I heard?
What?
Your voice, Aley, and all it was doing was Billy, 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 Billy. I left and it was still doing that.
That was my spirit friend when I was a child. That's who that name is.
He's taking care of you right now. He wanted me to make sure you heard that because Billy, 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 Billy. You had said the word ability. Right?
Yeah.
And it was
and then Billy came up.
on Billy.
Well,
Billy.
I used to sit, when I was a child, I don't even remember, but my mother would say, Billy, don't sit on Billy, and Billy's coming, and Billy this and Billy that. Yeah. Huh. Well, my dog is going to go home to the Rainbow Bridge on Monday. So I'm feeling pretty emotional at this point, and I'm sure that's why Billy must have come through. That blows my mind. Yeah.
Well, we're all here for you too.
It's a good surprise,
Darling.
right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Did
That's
you go,
amazing.
Kelly?
What's that, honey?
You went
Yeah.
to you, Kelly?
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
Okay. So we're going to Brina.
Yeah.
Brina, I had a dream last week when I was out of town and wrote down that I remembered I was living in a house with my parents and sister. I went to a local diner at night and my purse was stolen along with credit cards. One of the waitresses said she stole the cards, and I said I would report her to the police. And she said I could go ahead and call because she said she was being shipped to prison.
Oh my God. Wow. This is everybody's anxiety, isn't it?
There's more.
Oh, okay.
Day I called my sister and parents, and they came and got me. Then I called to cancel credit cards. I kept searching the diner and found where the waitress had been stealing from me since. Oh my gosh, Brina. I was a freshman in college. I found old college notebooks and makeup. I kept loading all lost things into my parents' van, and then I woke up.
What are you going to be retrieving?
Excuse me.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Own self-worth, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing that I'm getting really strongly is that it's constructs. It's society's constructs.
It is.
They've been serving us a plate of nonsense.
Absolutely.
They've been saying,
We're being run by lunatics, is what it is.
yeah, be quiet. Don't
Yeah.
laugh too hard. Don't dance in the street. You know,
Right. Right.
whatever they're telling us. And you have to work 40 hours a week, and you can only have 1 week off a year or 2 weeks. Something silly.
Well, now they're talking about putting people that are on Medicaid into the fields to pick the vegetables because they need a job, you know, stuff like that. And what really broke my heart, because I love animals so much, is that people are being taken and their animals are left. And so now there's tons of animals that were people's pets in the Humane Society, and they don't have anybody to take them because their people were taken and put in jail. So it's affecting everything, every single thing that all of us, and that's going to show up in our dreams. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Do you guys watch Rocky Kanuka? He rescues, he goes into cages of rescued animals in shelters and breaks through.
Oh.
The timidity, the fear, the anger, I mean, the guy is incredible. And he just aired a couple of videos on animals like that.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Wow. But yeah, I kind of like what Rossi had to say. She's retrieving pieces of herself before she moves into ascension. I like that.
Rossi. That's
Rossi. Yeah. That's
amen
beautiful.
to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
There were some other really good ones too here. Lorraine said, I wonder if it doesn't make me wonder if she's being a victim of identity theft.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And part of ascension to 5D. Yeah.
Yep.
And Lauren says I'm getting that she is getting pieces of herself back. Gave me goosebumps when I heard that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah.
So,
Kelly, do you want to say anything about it?
well, I got this card, commencement. So,
Oh my God. She said she was a college freshman. Wow.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. And so in that graduation, in those ceremonies, leaving one, the next step is this ascension that Rossi was talking about. And the waitress already knew that she was on thin ice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because she owned up to it. So she must have already been discovered, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that you have everything since you were a freshman in college. how did this woman even come into your life? Right? You think about that. So how many times do people get away with things, taking us back to what Terry was saying about the BS they've been feeding us on salad plates for ever and a day, right?
Yeah.
Especially since the end of World War II.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially since then.
Yeah, this is breaking open a lot of things that, well, obviously the stars are responsible for a lot of this, but it's breaking open all kinds of things.
Yeah, we're waking up.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Government, the church will never disclose anything to us. But the angels are coming and telling us themselves, right?
Mm-hmm.
The aliens, whatever you want to call them, are coming and telling them,
Mm-hmm.
telling us themselves.
Yeah.
And those from other nations, particularly those who have brown skin, never forget we're all pink on the inside.
That's right. Yeah, it's the age-old racism. Yeah, I just put what Jen. I do this too, Jen. I have gone back in my parents' house bedroom. When I was in high school, and I can see everything in it. I walk around the bedroom all the time, and I know that it is retrieving pieces of my past that I want to remember about and celebrate, I guess, and move on. So, anyway, Kelly, want to give you a chance to talk, honey.
Yeah.
I think that, well, I pulled a card and I got transition, and like everybody else said too, I really do think that you are leveling up and you are retrieving pieces of yourself, and I think what's going on in the world has triggered a lot of this, and was where a person feels like you know we're being robbed, we're being robbed of our livelihood, and I but you know in the collective, for all of us, it's all going to be good, and this is going to be good for you too, because you're leveling up to the 5D, and it's a transition that you're going through.
Mm-hmm.
This whole thing is crazy. It's not sustainable. Let's just put it.
Yeah.
That's exactly what Annie was saying. It's not sustainable, and I agree. Sometimes she's awake for hours and suddenly freezes and literally has a flash of a dream from the night before. Oh, wow. That's interesting. Mm-hmm.
Something that you're experiencing at the moment triggers the memory.
Yeah.
Just like in regular life, because
like a deja vu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't think our dream world is necessarily sleeping. We think we are.
We're processing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love this. Thank you, Lauren. That you have to hope, right?
It is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're waking up to it, and we're not gonna do that anymore. That's why they're going so crazy.
Yeah.
Because they're trying to keep us the way we are.
It's the end of the world as we know it. It's the end of the world as we know it.
White dragon, dream. I was swimming in a deep pool. There was a huge fish that looked like a black, elongated manta ray.
But it was
It
your
was coming after me. I was able to get out all right. Then these guys kept trying to get me to put on a vest. I said no. Then they tried 2 other things. I also said no. It seems like they were coming for me. Paul,
Yeah.
you think they were trying to save you?
Something fishy going on, Paul.
Yeah, right? Great jacket. What's vest on? Oh, look, the sleeves are a little long. Bingo.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Wow. You have to wonder, a vest is a part of an outfit. It could be a part of a uniform, because there are some wearing those right now. And you're like, no way. You're not going along with what society is telling you to do.
Very good, Aley.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Those vests were to control him. Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
Oh,
I hold freedom.
Mm-hmm.
uh-huh.
Yep. Beautiful. That's a perfect card, Kelly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And I pulled the fish
No,
just to reframe it. Yeah, reframe it. But I think pretty much you knew that this in your dream you were just as adamant as you would have been if it was someone was telling you what to do,
right.
Yeah.
In real life.
in real life.
Patricia, does it smell right?
Yeah.
Or it looks like a straitjacket.
Yeah.
I was thinking, I wasn't sure if they were trying to put a safety vest on you, a life vest or what, but you're way over that. I mean, he Paul's been getting a lot of things with the manta rays. A lot of people have in their dreams. The visions of the manta rays are really important right now. I got barrier. So I think they're trying to make a barrier, but you're way past that.
Yeah.
So
I don't know who they're messing with.
Right.
Isn't manta ray the one that is poisonous? Isn't that the one that got
Can be, yeah.
yeah, I think
It's very rare.
so. They don't know how prepared you really are. You are already prepared, so you're ready for the next time this happens. Because of your cosmic energy connection, the triangle of everything happens in threes, or Tesla's code 369, or all of that stuff that the pyramid encompasses in magic, in protection, in manifestation. And then Diana and Athena, the high priestess, trust yourself. You've got this. And look, she's in the shape of the pyramid as well.
Wow. She almost looks like a howling coyote too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes,
that was what killed Steve Irwin.
Yeah.
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 That's what it was.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Yeah.
Thanks, Brina. Yeah.
Brina says it was a stingray. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got Earth. It's so funny, Paul, because I pulled the Earth, like the Earth with ED at the end, and it says learning how to be human in the world, but not of it. And I find that funny because you are clearly human, but it's integration between the Earthling and the other that you.
Isn't that egg-shaped also?
Yes.
Because that one that I had that was prepare.
Yep.
Was an egg-shaped.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. And thanks everybody for taking care of the troll. I guess we had a troll a minute ago.
No. Yeah. Thank God for the moderators.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Troll slayers. Yep. Love it. Okay. Let me move on here. Maureen. I had a dream that I was with my brother that passed away, and he told me Daddy is coming home. What does that dream mean? Is your father on the other side too, Maureen?
I don't think he is.
Let us know if you're here, honey.
Please let us know.
Well, was he a father? Did he himself have children? Is he like on his way to visit them or on the final crossover? How long ago did he pass? Not that long ago, right, Maureen?
Oh, her brother? You mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if she's right here. I don't see her answering.
Yeah, no, either.
All right.
Okay. It feels like he might be on the other side already, dear. Your dad. If not, is he?
Your brother passed away at 15, but I do think, Maureen, isn't your dad still around? He's not passed. I don't think so. Yeah, I see that. He passed at 15, right? Uh-huh.
Okay.
But is your dad still around?
He might be coming back and going to visit. Like,
That's true.
Her dad is alive, Christine said. Yeah, it feels like he's going back and forth. So I don't know if he's coming to visit his dad or your brother in his sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, your daddy is here. Yeah, he's on adventures. The world's an adventure, right? And the
Yeah, and I
universe.
got revisit. This is not the first visit. Yeah,
Yeah.
that he makes.
Right.
Yeah, it feels like that's something he's doing on a regular basis.
I got awaken.
Mm-hmm.
So perhaps this is not his first visit here, but he's getting ready to make that final ascension, that final step up. I have the stairway, even though it says 4C, I'm not sure he's telling you that your literal father is on the way to crossing over.
Usually that's what people say when someone's, where's your father? He went home. That's a very, yeah. But I certainly don't want to alarm you or anything. Yeah.
Right. And the other one is sanctuary. So, that's a deeply loaded word.
Yeah.
What do you believe?
Right.
How did this strike you when you woke up knowing that this is what you had in your dream?
Yeah.
What was your gut instinct at that moment? Because it is within you.
Mm-hmm. You're the one that would know for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kelly, did you go yet, honey?
No. I get remember, and I get that your dad is remembering. He's remembering home, and he's visiting. He's going back and forth, and visiting your brother, and I guess, yeah, I wouldn't alarm you, but he loves to go visit. He loves to go visit his son and see his son. And so it's really, it is a beautiful thing.
Oh, so she has the gift. Yeah.
And 15 was a pretty young age.
Oh yeah, that's awful. I'm sorry to hear that happened.
Yeah. But she says, I'm used to having dreams about my loved ones passing away, and I was bawling my eyes out. I would too, honey. Yeah. And maybe they're trying to soften it. I don't know. So there's this thing that Cash Peters does, and a lot of other people do, the muscle testing, where you take your thumb and your forefinger and you make a thing and you ask yourself, tell me yes, and my yes is always hooked together, tell me no, and it breaks apart. And that's a really good way to test that out, Maureen, because you'll know better than we will. But the other thing is, I also was looking up mudras, which are hand things that you do.
Symbolic thing.
Vedic. This is one of the most powerful Vedic mudras. It's called the Kali mudra.
Oh, okay.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, big hugs to you, Maureen. I feel for you, because I'm the same way. I will have dreams of my loved ones passing before they pass. And it's hard. And I think, like Terry said, sometimes it's to prepare us, and sometimes it's, to make sure that there's no stones left unturned too, to, make sure that a person says and does and gets all those things that you want to say and do, before it's time.
I love that. Yeah. What would you want to do with your dad tomorrow?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You have it's a beautiful gift.
I didn't know that about that mudra either. And I sit with my hook together like this, and then these fingers crossed over like this, so often, particularly when I'm meditating.
Wow.
I didn't know it had that extra meaning in it.
I didn't either. Yeah.
Okay. Maureen.
Okay.
It's really difficult. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had that when my mom died, but I was riding on an old-fashioned like a wagon with horses, a funeral wagon. And I was sitting in the middle, and my father was on one side. My oldest brother was on the other side. And I woke up thinking one of them was going to die. But my mother died the next day. So that was what it was, you know.
Right.
And doesn't happen to me all the time, though.
Just
That's
you and
why.
your brother were left with your dad when your mom went. That was the symbol.
Yep.
So sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, Red Dragon. Did the hawk have a message when he landed on the crepe myrtle that I was sitting under this morning? This is a first. Usually they just circle close overhead.
Yep, that's Archangel Gabriel coming in to tell you. So watch for more omens and messages. When a hawk lands that close to you, expect it to be Gabriel. What are you supposed to be writing?
Uh-oh. Everybody's having fun tonight, aren't they?
Everybody have fun tonight.
Everybody Wang Chung tonight.
Yeah. You know, it's like Wang Chung, Wang Chung. I saw an interview with him when that song first came out.
She just wanted to change positions, so she completely left the room.
I look better from this side.
So, and seriously, I would look to Gabrielle to be a personal guide for you now. This is about creativity, artistry, you know, not just writing, though writing is a big part of what Gabrielle does, but all sorts of creativity and art. So hop to it.
That's awesome. And I got compassion for you, Kim. Yeah. I think, you know, sitting up with the crepe myrtle, that's a beautiful message. Wow.
Yeah. I got earth pulsing, and it says the pulse of mother, and it says to slow down and more time in nature. And then I got patience, but the patience has got the flow. And so I think too, it's just a reminder to go with the flow, surrender, and then the whole time the slow down and time in nature. And that's kind of what you were doing.
Yep. That's true.
So I pulled regrets, and that's the second time I've pulled it tonight. But I feel like if we have any leftover regrets, right? And like Maureen getting this gift that her father, you know, time to maybe not having any regrets, but being able to live your life just in the now, like no regrets, everything right now, full on, like in Lorraine too, right?
Yep.
Right now, full on, being aware, and also in your dreams, like, you know, when we're in our dreams, we don't worry about what other people think. We just go ahead and do it, or at least I do. So, yeah.
Scooby Dooby Doo. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Next, we have Wisdom Lightkeeper. Last night, I was having a dream that my group of people were being attacked. We were in a one-story round building. I was told, you can change it with your light. And then suddenly I woke up at 4 a.m. Ooh.
There, we do have the power.
Yeah.
Of the light. We do.
Right.
I love that. That's wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and a round building, you know, no sharp edges, like a yurt.
Yep. Oh, and then I get this, and look what it is, a transition. Oh my goodness.
And
oh my gosh.
Around. Yeah. Wow.
And I
got double mission. Oh no,
go
ahead.
You go.
I got double mission, and it says light worker starseed, serve the world by being you. And that's exactly what you were doing. You were serving the world by shining your light for others to see when the world sometimes seems dark.
Right.
Well, and making it all circle for sure, what she does, doing what she does, It's to heal, and you can change it with your light. I mean,
Yeah.
and in the center of it all is that light.
Mm-hmm.
I think this, I got the 4C. So you're going up. you're moving on up.
Moving on
Light
up.
keeper. And it feels like we're all getting our power now. Like we were talking about things falling away, regrets, we're letting go of them.
Yeah.
We're finishing out that part of it. And we're like, we know that we can change with our light because we are divine beings.
Right.
We were made by the divine and we are divine. So we're just acknowledging our power now. I love that you woke up at 4 too.
I know.
4
Yeah.
balance.
That's, you know, that happy, stable table stuff.
It is, and it's also between 3 and 4, or 2 and 4, I guess, is
Magic.
the veil is thinnest. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Now I'm sorry, I'm getting lots of things that I started because I thought people said amazing things.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
That's
going back
okay.
through.
Mhm.
Mary Starshine. Hello, Mary. I dreamed this morning I was channeling info by tapping it on my laptop. Letters were each a different color. I emailed it to Terry. She responded, much of this we know already, but some. Oh, I don't have the second part of that, Mary.
Uh-oh.
Mm.
Hmm. Let me
Well, in these different colors, the color coders over there, that was a good person to send it to,
Mhm.
right?
Uh-huh. You were probably really channeling something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
They chose you for your empathy, Mary Starshine. That's what I get. That you understand and you want to give the message to somebody in a kind way. So cannot be revealed yet. Okay. That's the last of it. Much of this we already know, but some of it cannot be revealed yet.
Oh
Yes.
my gosh.
Okay.
Wow.
That is so true. That is so true. Wow.
Well, and that's what I get sometimes too when I'm doing Reiki on people. I'll be over their solar plexus and I'll be coding in a new code with the light. So I feel like that's what we're working on, man. Everything is completely different now.
Right. This is prepare. Again, it is that prepare. And you need to keep in mind, remember to act on your impulse with these light codes and the figures. Don't think of them as just letters. They're also sigils, they're spells. Because what do you do with letters? You spell. And in the old days, Ogum was designed so you could spell with your fingers a message to someone. And it also came in to say, I put a spell on you because you're mine.
Yeah. Kelly, did you have anything?
Yeah, I got embraced by light. And don't give up. And then I pulled the strength card. And so just keep at it, and I get, you're just going to keep getting more downloads, and they're sending you strength.
Yeah. Yeah. It's amazing how everybody's boom
Right?
shakalaka. Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah. And everything's so tied together as usual. Okay, next, Betty Cook. I saw what looked to be a prehistoric bird that was female in white gown, arms open for me to come. I was going through a lot of trauma and afraid to approach. I'm sad I didn't. What was going on, please?
Weeping lizards, I'm a flying wizard. It was a song that just came in, but it was one that I used to sing to the kids when we would do the dinosaur unit. And it was all about a pterodactyl. and she's wearing a white gown, so of course that, is innocence and purity and good intention, angelic. And in Native American culture, we also have the bird people, which is
Amen.
the belief of where humanity also gets a start is in the birds, which I can see why. You don't worry about the regret. The bird herself was understanding that was probably your guardian angel appearing to you, letting you know that she was your assigned soul angel, not just for one lifetime, but the one who has followed you lifetime after lifetime after lifetime.
Yeah, I agree. I really feel like it was your angel just really being there in support of what you were going through, and really trying to help you heal. I did pull a card, and it says deep love, mother's milk, birth as a portal, and our angels are assigned to us at birth, and and our angels do have that love, that is deep, like our mothers. And then I got to inspire you. And so what a beautiful memory. And what she was there to heal and help you heal those wounds.
Yeah, I love that. Leah says birds are of two worlds. They see you from above.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they bring the messages from heaven. So I get passion. So that's you finding your passion. It's all about our dharma when we're here, right? Recognizing as we awaken why we're here, what our path is, and sometimes it's just to shine our light. But I get that she's done this before with you. Okay.
Love
Next.
that.
I love that, Betty. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good dream.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Cece. I woke to see a scorpion and the next morning a young Pegasus. Wow.
Protection, rebirth. Doesn't Pegasus get tied down trying to be captured? He gets tied.
Pegasus a unicorn? Isn't it a unicorn?
No.
The wings. The wings.
Right. And I think he gets captured and tied, and somebody tries to keep him grounded, but the scorpion could have been the one who releases him. I can't remember the whole story, the whole tale. Imagine that.
I get slow down and take more time in nature. So I don't know if that makes any sense or not, but there's a lot of things we walk by and we don't see, and we drive by and we definitely don't see.
That makes a lot of sense. And that's the second time you've gotten that card, right? 2 in a row with that one.
Yeah. Yep.
What did you get, Kelly?
I got portal, and it says doors opening, you decide, rewards, wild card. And a scorpion kind of is a wild card. But then I keep hearing just spread your wings and fly. And so take that for whatever it means to you.
Yeah, I got manifest. So and going into the portal, crossing in, like going through that. But it could also be a mirror and watching, asking for what you want, reaching in and grabbing it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah.
I got freedom.
Mm.
Right? And Pegasus tied down would not like that.
No.
He broke his ties. Also got the cardinal directions, right? So with this freedom card, it's like go anywhere you want to go. Scorpion is also, he's kind of like the bee, because if he uses his stinger, he kills himself at the same time. So that defense mechanism that is in there. Perseus uses Pegasus on his journey to Medusa. Scorpions are preventing Perseus from completing the journey. Right. Thank you, Rossi. So, and then
That's
one
just
last card.
the myth is amazing to me, that
Yeah.
because it's in the collective consciousness. Anyway, sorry.
No. That makes even more sense bringing that together, especially since it's Perseus, right?
Uh-huh.
And it is sacred knowledge. When we look at this as the mythic tale behind all of this, it's sacred knowledge. And who are we to say that it didn't really happen, right?
That's right.
He came from somewhere. That name has a reason.
Yep.
And that can take us back to Lyra and the breaking apart of the prism.
Yeah. I love that Patricia said this. I was shown in a dream that my dad was getting ready to cross over, and it was about another 9 months when he suddenly passed. It helped me so much with decisions to be with him.
Right.
That's
Beautiful, Patricia.
because you listened. Yeah.
Yeah. Love that.
Trust your gut. Right?
Yeah.
Yes. Right.
Yeah. My father has passed away, but whenever he comes into my dreams, it shows me he has come back from being dead for some years. Why it shows this?
Because
We don't ever see anybody dead in dreams.
No.
No.
They're
And
always alive.
Yep.
And he could possibly have reincarnated by now.
But you might see somebody in a coffin or something like that, but usually you see them moving or you see their eyes open or there's something about it. And so I remember thinking, why is that? And somebody said, if you dream of somebody dead, that you're going to die. And I don't know if I go that far, but usually, the dream is that you knew them when they were alive. And so you remember that, even if the age is a little different looking.
Right. I got the Akashic Records. Right. And the other card that I pulled was transition. So something is going on, whether he's crossing over to get his wings or coming back to Earth to try it one more time, to learn all the lessons that we are here to learn.
Yeah. Wow. What about you, Kelly?
I was gapping out.
I get it.
Did you find him?
Oh, it has been an hour. So
I busted. I got reframe it. And so, look at it and you can reframe it that, that he's still there, that you can reframe it however you want. But like Aley said, we don't typically, when I have dreams of my loved ones that have passed, they're always alive. They're alive and well and doing well. So I would just try reframing it if I was you.
Yeah. Pooja, they are, this is just a season that we pick up this body and walk with it. But the other side, as we say, is where we really live. So
right.
I believe.
Yeah.
But and if you believe in the quantum theory, then we are living all these lifetimes at the same time.
That's right.
So,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
there isn't much time then between, it used to be people would say we would reincarnate quickly, but you're already reincarnated. So.
Well, and it's your choice. You don't have to come back. You can go to another planet, whatever, or, you can turn it right around and go back. But I'm thinking, why would you start all over again that fast? Time for a break, Yeah.
But do the same thing and expect a different outcome. Now we know
Yes. That's insanity. That's right.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Okay. So we'll try to finish up here quickly. Oh, Play Love, remember, I've asked for a night off and wake up 3-2-1. Later in the AM, when I got up, I heard 3-2-1 blast off, and it was my mom.
I love that.
Love that. Yeah. I love this, Terry. My dreams are usually pretty much the same manifestations of a bucolic future with community gardens and orchards, sewing circles, quilting bees, drum circles, etc. Oh, honey.
Make it happen, Terry. We'll all join
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sign me up.
Friend.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Mhm.
Reminds me of that one movie by M. Night Shyamalan with that guy, the guy who played Napoleon. Joaquin.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Thank you. I couldn't think of the Phoenix.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Kelly? Is Kelly frozen? I think she is.
No.
Oh,
Well, kind of.
Are you messing with us?
uh-huh.
Kind of am.
Oh my God. Okay, well, this is the last one.
No,
Are you
I
really?
say sign me up. I say sign me up.
Yeah.
And I do, Terry, honestly, I do feel like at some point in time that this is where we're gonna be. You
Yeah.
know, this is the world that we're gonna be living in. And so I really do feel like you're having a dream into the future. And now it's just all of our light and whatnot. We have to put it together and manifest this into reality. But I do see this at some point being the world that we're living in.
Yeah.
I think by 29, 30 at the latest, I think it's going to happen so much faster than we thought it would. And so much faster than our timeline was originally going to be.
Yeah.
But Terry, I love this because if you're already dreaming it and doing it, then you're already manifesting it on a
That's
level.
right.
So
Yeah.
it's going to be so much easier to just walk into it. So we should all go dream that tonight.
Yes,
Right.
please. Yes,
There you
please.
go.
It's like
Just one last thing I wanted to acknowledge is that Lorraine says we have to acknowledge I was given a message about someone in our community. I got brave enough to tell them, email them, and he's gone through some things with health this year, now improving.
awesome.
It's hard to know whether somebody wants to hear those things. And
Right.
so you're brave to do it. And, you just ask them. And if they don't, then you don't tell them. So
Yeah.
I'm glad you did that. Thank you.
Yeah.
You probably saved this person. You could
Yeah,
have.
that's beautiful.
That's amazing, Lorraine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what a beautiful night, everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just one dimension over Soul Secrets.
Yep.
Honey, I'm hopping on that train.
Me too. Me
All
too.
right.
All aboard.
Oh, he had already had cancer and you were terrified. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I bet, honey. Well, everybody have a great week.
Yeah.
Anybody want to talk about what you're doing this week, or everybody saying bye-bye?
All I wanted to say is I won't be here next week because I'll be leaving to go on my trip, and I hope to be here the week after. So, yeah, thank you. Thank you. And these gals, they do this so well. I don't really need to even be here. So, thank you.
We're gonna miss you, Aley.
Just don't watch. Just don't
You're not
watch,
getting
Aley.
off that easy. No.
All right. All
Get a
right.
week
We're gonna
off.
have the popcorn going and the milkshake.
Oh, and please, our Carolyn is still in the hospital,
Yes.
and she needs all the prayer and uplifting that you can give her. She's
Please.
going, it's going to be a little bit of time getting up and running again. So give her as much love as you can. Thank you,
Yeah.
everybody. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so
Thank you.
much. Anybody
Yeah.
else?
Couple shows this week. Chiropractor in the morning. Yay!
Thank you, Sherry.
Yeah, I have clients and then I'm on with Terry on Friday. We're going to be talking about oneness.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Sounds
we're on.
good.
Yeah. And then I've got Dr. Gail on Saturday. So everybody have a great week, and we hope to see you again next week.
Yes, please.
Arrivederci.